Pool Problem Solutions Introduction. A lot of the issues we see are related to the water in the swimming pool. To make caring for your swimming hole much easier, you should know what the common swimming pool troubles are before it occurs in your swimming pool. If issues are causing you to stay clear of swimming or appreciating your Shangri-La, it is time for you to understand just how to fix and also take care of points using my pool problem solutions. Tip number 1. Putting shock directly into the water. Shock is concentrated chlorine that can bleach anything that it comes into contact with. Pre-dissolve shock by placing it in a container of warm water and blend gradually. Of course, put on the necessary safety equipment first. The shock will distribute more uniformly throughout the water, and also assist secure your lining. Tip number 2. Not cleaning your swimming pool. Your pool needs a good regular brushing to stay clean. Brush those hard-to-reach places, behind the ladder, or steps, along the waterline, and also the cracks and also gaps. Do this once a week to keep algae and various other particles at bay. Pool Problem Solutions Quote number 1. With so many people saying it couldn't be done, all it takes is an imagination. Michael Phelps. Tip number 3. Only using the automatic pool cleaner when you have an algae issue. Automatic pool robots are great for the first part of getting rid of algae and turning the green or cloudy pool a sparkling clear. The automatic pool cleaner's purpose is to push algae and other debris up to the surface of the water. To properly remove the algae and other debris, don't leave it all up to your pool filter. Especially if there are larger items such as leaves or anything else that may have blown in. Use your skimmer and vacuum first to get as much as you can from the water. That way, your filter will be able to work most efficiently and take care of the rest. Pool Problem Solutions Quote number 2. I want people to see the passion I have for swimming and become more involved in the sport. Ryan Lochte. Tip number 4. Disregarding the pH as well as alkalinity levels. Low pH and also alkalinity can harm your equipment since your water is acidic. Check your water on a regular basis, and change your chemical levels up until everything's in balance. Tip number 5. Backwashing your filter too often. It cleanses inside your filter, however overdoing it is a typical mistake. Make a note of the filter pressure right after you backwash. Only when it reaches 10 pounds per square inch over the standard, it's time to backwash and tidy your filter to bring that stress back down. Tip number 6. Including shock into your skimmer. Mixing shock and chlorine together creates a fatal gas that can create an explosion if you have an automated chlorinator. So do not include shock to the skimmer. Follow the manufacturer's directions, and also use the suitable safety equipment. Tip number 7. Shocking your water in the daytime. Shock is unstabilized chlorine. The sunlight will burn off 1 part per million every hour, which decreases the effectiveness of shock. That will waste your cash and not clear up the green or cloudy look to your pool. Rather, shock it at night to give it time to do its work. Make sure no person is doing any evening swimming. Pool Problem Solutions Quote number 3. I have been visualizing myself every night for the past 4 years standing on the podium having the gold placed around my neck. Megan Kwan. Tip number 8. Not leveraging the calcium firmness in your water. Calcium solidity helps expand the life expectancy of your lining, concrete or fiberglass. Add calcium hardness increaser when you open your pool. Keep it at the recommended level of 200 to 250 parts per million. Test your water for calcium on a regular basis, because normal evaporation and water splashing out will cause the level to drop. Tip number 9. Running your filter system less than 8 hours a day. The more you run your filter system, the cleaner your pool will certainly be. Run your filter and pump a minimum of 8 hours a day. Depending upon the size of your swimming pool, you need this time for all of the water to pass through the filter. Tip number 10. Not examining your swimming pool water weekly. Weekly water screening can tip you off to tiny concerns prior to them blooming into huge calamities. Evaluate your swimming pool water a minimum of once a week. Use test strips or a chemical test set. In the beginning, you might want to take a sample of your pool water to your neighborhood pool supply shop. They can do the testing for you and make proper recommendations. They will be happy too since you are buying your supplies from them. Before you know it, you will be a pro and will be able to analyze it all by yourself.